Site of pain can be unilateral, where the pregnancy is, or it can be like a generalized pain in the pelvic area or in the lower abdomen. Now, if you are finding in the HPE report, you have sent the ectopic pregnancy, the ectopic mass. Remember this, the ectopic mass has been sent. There was no chorionic villi seen. What will you say? Was this a false diagnosis? If the high suspicion of ectopic pregnancy was there, you did a laparotomy or a laparoscopy and you removed the mass and you sent it for histopathology. Still, they could not find chorionic villi. Still, it does not exclude the ectopic pregnancy. But there is one differential diagnosis that I would like to tell you. In this case, because this has happened with me in my private practice, it was a corpus luteum cyst. A corpus luteum ruptured cyst can behave like an ectopic pregnancy. Hemoperitoneum, pregnancy test positive, may come sometimes, I don't know how it came positive, and because probably the HCG was high for no reason, for some reason, and it was a DD, a differential diagnosis. The report came back as there is no villi, and then we later on discovered that the patient was actually pregnant, very small intrauterine gestational sac. That explains HCG positive. Okay, so in my case, the HCG was positive because she had an intrauterine pregnancy, and later on the pregnancy continued. She came back with amenorrhea, that after operation I did not bleed, I did not have periods. We discovered that the pregnancy is matching with LMP before the surgery was done. Okay, so that is one of the exceptions what happened with in my practice, but you don't have to quote that. But the main thing is, what I want to tell you, if you don't find any chorionic villi, still the suspicion is high, then you cannot rule out ectopic was not there. High suspicion, no chorionic villi, you cannot rule out ectopic, right? Now, sometimes they may even pass a cast. I just told you in the previous lecture, they pass a decidual cast. The decidual cast has nothing but the endometrium decidua, and it has no chorionic villi. That is because of the changes, the estrogen and progesterone, they change the endometrium into decidua. Now, abortion patients can also come with such kind of cast. I told you in the previous lecture also that even the intrauterine pregnancy can sometimes present with a decidual cast if it is a non-viable sort of fetus like blighted ovum. A blighted ovum pregnancy can come with a passage of decidual cast. Second thing what I want to tell you is that the pain can be of any intensity. Pain can be of any nature and intensity. It can be dull aching pain, it can be sharp pain, it can be very, very bad pain. She might have syncope, she might have fall down, she might faint, or it may be just a vague pain. So we come across many sort of patients who come with different type of symptoms, all right? One thing you need to know, that abortion patients will not come with pain, okay? If I talk about abortion, that is a differential diagnosis for ectopic. The abortion patients will not come with so much pain as the ectopic pregnancy. Yes, you will suspect that probably she's having threatened miscarriage. Like, I come across so many patients almost every day that they come with an early pregnancy with pain. Now, pain can be because the uterus is growing, it can be because of gastric problem, it can be because of UTI, constipation, so many things are around the uterus. First pregnancy, they come with heaviness, pain, little bit of spotting. So that is the main differential diagnosis, abortion. But the kind of pain, the nature of pain of ectopic will increase with time. With abortion, it will not increase, okay?